That'll do, pig.
I have heard that quote many times before. First in Peter Rabbit.
I guess you weren't the prodigal son after all.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Next in Gravity Falls.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Not too long ago, I heard it in Zootopia 2.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
There are probably many more that'll do's out there in the media world. I never had seen Babe, the movie where this one-liner came from, until recently. What a wonderfully lovely, cute, mediocre film. The visual effects were outstanding, especially for 1995. The humor is entertaining, and the film's overall message was sweet and wholesome, promoting kindness, equality, and communication and charity between groups that are totally different in every way. Overall, it is an awesome family film. Babe tells the story of a little piglet who gets adopted by this guy, Farmer Hoggett, after he wins the pig at a guess the weight contest at the fair. Babe adapts to his new life at Hoggett's farm and is taken in by this
female dog
named Fly, and she raises him basically as her own pup. Babe learns from the sheepdogs that sheep are stupid, and then when Babe talks to and befriends a sheep named Ma, he hears from her that dogs, or wolves as they call them, are all vicious, cruel, and brutal. Next time Babe sees his mother dog Fly, he is confused on what to believe about sheep and dogs. Then Fly shows him some love, and Babe comes to the conclusion that Ma, the sheep, was wrong to say that all dogs are vicious. Babe then
promised himself that he would never think badly of any creature ever again.
Anti-prejudicism is a huge theme in this film. It promotes being kind and fair to everyone, even if they are part of a different group that do things very different from your own. Later, there is a duck named Ferdinand who doesn't like being a duck at all and wants to be a rooster. One morning, he goes to do his clock-a-doodle-doo but is interrupted by a new alarm clock that Miss Hoggett just bought. The duck's only job has been taken. He needs to get rid of the clock and decides to get some help from Babe. He explains to Babe the dire circumstances that he is in because his job has been taken.
Humans eat ducks.
I beg your pardon?
Most ducks prefer to forget it, but the fact is that humans like to eat plump, attractive ducks.
Oh, I don't think so. Not the boss. Not the boss's wife.
Oh, come on. Humans don't eat cats. Why?
Well,
they're
they're
indispensable. They catch mice. Humans don't eat roosters. Why? They make eggs with the hens and wake everyone up in the morning.
Right.
I tried it with the hens. It didn't work. So I turned to crow.
Wait, what did he just say?
They make eggs with the hens and wake everyone up in the morning.
Right.
I tried it with the hens. It didn't work. So I turned to crowing, and lo, I discover my gift. But no sooner do I become indispensable than they bring in a machine to do the job. Oh, the treachery of it.
Babe is so kind as to help him destroy the alarm clock. This is part of Babe's charitable character. He doesn't care who it is or what species of animal they are. He is always willing to help them out. Hashtag be like Babe. Things end bad with them trying to get rid of the clock, and this dog named Rex sees what happened. Rex is Fly's troubled husband. Do I say husband or maid? I don't know. Who is like the leader of all the animals on the farm. He calls a meeting with everyone and tells them that it is time for all the animals to stick more to the rules. He instructs everyone to stay in their places and do their job. He especially commands that Ferdinand acts like a duck and not a rooster. Challenging social categorization, another big theme in this movie. Later on, Babe is curious and randomly explores outside the farm's yard. He stumbles upon the sheep field and sees some thieves with their own sheepdogs stealing some of Farmer Hoggett's sheep. He quickly dashes back to the house and tells Fly and Rex. The two dogs and the pig get Farmer Hoggett to rush to the sheep field and stop the thieves from taking any more, though they do end up getting away with some. Hoggett is grateful for his dogs and also for Babe. Soon after that, Hoggett sees Babe organizing some chickens into their own groups based on them either being white or brown. What he sees here, along with Babe warning him of the sheep thieves, convinces Farmer Hoggett to have Babe try being a sheepdog, or sheep pig. Hoggett takes Fly, Rex, and Babe out to herd the sheep. The dogs herd them by barking and insulting them, and sometimes even biting them. Next, it's Babe's turn. Fly tells him,
"Remember, you have to dominate them. Do that and they'll do anything you want."
Babe tries to get them to listen to him, but the sheep just laugh at him. He goes and talks to Fly a bit more.
This is ridiculous, Mom.
Nonsense. It's only your first try. But you're treating them like equals. They're sheep. They're inferior.
Oh, no, they're not.
Of Of course they are. We are their masters, babe. Let them doubt it for a second and they'll walk all over you.
Fly! Get that pig out of there!
Make them feel inferior. Abuse them. Insult them.
Fly!
They'll laugh at me.
Then bite them. Be ruthless. Whatever it takes, bend them to your will.
How does that sound to you? To me, that sounds a little...
Kids, don't be racist.
Babe bites one because they are still not listening to him after he calls them buttheads. Ma, his sheep friend, asks what has gotten into him and that this is not like him. Babe tells her that he is just trying to be a good sheepdog. Babe apologizes and Ma says,
"No need for all this wolf nonsense, young'un. All a nice little pig like you need do is ask."
Babe figures out how to herd sheep in a very effective way and without barking, insulting, or biting anyone. Eventually, Babe becomes a better sheepdog than both Fly and Rex.
All right. How did you do it?
I asked them and they did it. I just asked them nicely.
We don't ask sheep, dear. We tell them what to do.
But I did, Mom. They were really friendly.
Communication instead of violence is the way to do it. Babe went against the traditions of the sheepdogs and found a newer and better way to accomplish the task. This is a lesson that the world always needs to hear, even though no matter how many times we teach it, there are always going to be idiots who won't put off their pride and humbly communicate with others. Also, another wonderful lesson that this teaches us is how we all need to do better at accomplishing things in our own unique way. Yes, we do need to humbly learn all that we can from others, but in many circumstances, we need to do it in our own way. Babe is not a dog and never will be. He is Babe. He did it the Babe way because the dog way was not working for him. You are not someone else, and you're not even your hero. You are you, and a lot of the time you need to figure out how you are going to do it. Yes, you should aspire to follow good examples and try to be like your good heroes, but you are not them and never will be. You can only ever acquire some of their good qualities and add it to yourself, and you will still be you. Just aim to become your best self. There is only one of you in the multiverse, so take off that mask because it's not working. Be your best, most kind and true self. I'll get off my soapbox and get back to the movie. There are many more things that happen. Rex attacks Fly because he is upset with her for supporting Babe, and he also is upset that Babe has not stayed in the normal pig category. The sheep get attacked by some wild dogs and Babe saves them, but Ma dies. Farmer Hoggett thinks that Babe was the one who killed Ma and takes Babe to kill him. Fly has to get over some of her prejudice and talk to the sheep to find out the truth of what happened to Ma. Fly barks and distracts Hoggett to delay him from shooting Babe. Mrs. Hoggett then lets Mr. Hoggett know that there were dog attacks in the area, which convinces him that it wasn't Babe who killed Ma. Mr. Hoggett signs up Babe to compete in the National Grand Challenge Sheepdog Trials. Babe gets sick because he ran away in a rainstorm because he got scared when a cat told him that humans only have pigs to eat them. Rex has a change of heart when this happens. Farmer Hoggett sings and dances for Babe to win back his trust so he will be able to nurse him back to health. They go to the competition, but things look bad when these sheep won't even talk to Babe. Rex runs back to the farm, and after reconciling with the sheep give him a special sheep password, and Rex takes that information back to the competition and tells Babe the password. Babe is able to get the sheep to listen to him after he gives them the password. Babe performs the sheep herding perfectly, receives a perfect score, and Farmer Hoggett says the line,
"That'll do, pig. That'll do."
Boom, there is the movie. Now, how did the world receive this cute family film when it first came out? When Babe was released, it ended up being a very successful hit. It was loved by many, individuals and families alike. It had an influence on the pop culture of the day. The "That'll do, pig" quote instantly became a popular line to say in referencing the movie. The movie even influenced many people to adopt their very own pig, leading to a high number of abandoned pigs after the animals got bigger and people's zeal for the film faded. James Cromwell, the actor who plays Farmer Hoggett, was a lukewarm vegetarian since the mid-70s after he visited a stockyard in Texas. On the second day of filming Babe, he saw the intelligence of the animals he worked with. He was then inspired to fully become a complete vegan and never did go back to consuming meat or animal products. Today, he not only is still an actor, but he is an animal rights activist and is involved with PETA. The film promoted animal rights and sparked good and progressive conversations pertaining to animal rights. It also inspired many other people to go vegan. Film critics of the time received the film very well. Terence Rafferty said of the movie, "Babe is too good for you. This picture is a surprise hit of the late summer season, and it deserves to be. It's a lovely, stubbornly idle fable of aspiration and survival. A comedy of animal manners that is much funnier and much cannier than any recent movie about human relationships." Moreover, Roger Ebert said, "It is rated G, and yet all of the people and most of the animals in Babe are smarter and more articulate than the characters in most of the rated R movies I see." Babe scored a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb, 98% on the tomato meter, making it fresh, and 68% on the popcorn meter. With all of this taken into consideration, what did I, myself, think of the movie? It wasn't bad, not bad at all. Not my favorite, of course, but it was a very slightly above average movie for me. The story was fine, the moral messages were very wonderful, the environment and settings were fantastic, the humor was mostly stupid and juvenile but sometimes funny, and the animal acting and training were extremely noteworthy, the script was mediocre, and the animatronic and special effects were superb, especially for 1995. Another cool fact about the movie, it was nominated for 7 Oscars and won Best Visual Effects, beating Apollo 13. Across all award ceremonies that it was in, the film had 26 nominations and 20 wins. The movie has done a very good job at influencing many throughout the decades. I was recently speaking with my mother, and she told me that Babe was one of her favorite movies ever. It came out when she was in high school, and when she saw it, she immediately fell in love with it. My next door neighbor also loves the movie. It doesn't take a scholar to notice the influence the movie has had on people and media in general. Just at the beginning of this video, I showed you some references to it in other entertainment. After the film's release, there was a spike of vegetarianism. This is called the Babe effect. After people saw the movie, they realized that animals deserve to live life free of ending up as humans' dinner. Nathan Nobis of Morehouse College wrote, "It is thought that a significant number of young people, mostly girls, now young women, become vegetarians due to their seeing Babe." He also shared the words of Jessica Alava, who was 16 years old at the time. "In 1995, a very famous movie called Babe was released. The movie, starring James Cromwell and one pink piggy, Babe, was an awakening, like the Buddha reaching enlightenment and the apple that had fallen on the head of Thomas Edison. I knew then that for me, my life was about to change. Though only 8 years old, I'd decided never again to eat another animal. I looked at my food in a new way, and realized that pork, for example, was not merely a food product, but was once a living, sentient being. I reasoned that animals, like humans, can feel sadness, happiness, and pain. From this broad comparison, the line dividing humans and animals is diminished." Next time you watch Babe, see if you have any desire to become a vegan. Overall, Babe is a well-made movie that holds up today. It was the movie that started the entire live-action talking animal genre, thanks to its high-quality practical and visual effects and amazing real-life animal acting. Presumably, it will continue to entertain and inspire individuals in the years to come. If you haven't seen Babe yet, it is definitely worth at least one watch. Maybe you can talk about it with others who grew up watching it. Maybe you are one of its die-hard fans already. Like many stories told in film, there are a handful of lessons and knowledge that can be gained by simply watching it and paying close attention. Go and learn for yourself.